Tonight could be one of the, if not the most historic night in Caribbean football history. The Central Americans have an obligation to reach the World Cup, especially without the United States, Mexico, and Canada in the World Cup qualifying process. At the end of these 90 minutes, we are looking for 3 direct berths and 2 that will take 2 CONCACAF teams to the Interconfederation playoff in March. Let's take a look at what's going on in Group A between Suriname and Panama. These are the 2 teams that are vying for a spot straight to the World Cup. Guatemala and El Salvador are out. Suriname qualifies with a win or a draw and a Panama draw or a loss, meaning whichever team beats the other's result will go straight through to the World Cup. If both teams lose, if both teams win, it's a goal difference game. Let's take a look at Group B, where Jamaica and Curaçao are playing a match. Of course, the Curaçaoans are first with a point difference. That means if they don't lose in Independence Park in Kingston tonight, they will go through to their first ever World Cup. Jamaica wants to make it cool runnings and with a win, make it straight to the World Cup. A victory is the only thing that works for them. Group C gets a little bit tricky because it's Honduras, Haiti, and Costa Rica vying for that direct spot. It's a numbers game between Honduras and Haiti. Whoever gets a better result there will go through to the World Cup. Of course, if they both lose, if they both win, it's a goal difference game with that +2 swing between Honduras and the Haitians. For Costa Rica, they need to get a better result than Haiti. Of course, it's Costa Rica, Honduras, and Haiti against the eliminated Nicaragua. This day comes just once every 4 years in a World Cup cycle, and guys, it might not happen again because maybe in the next World Cup we're going to have 206 teams, so qualifying will be out the window. But as we have it, let's enjoy it. Last match day of World Cup qualifiers, Rodney, talk to me the emotions that's going through these players when you're hearing these anthems in front of your home crowd.
This is one of those moments where your heart starts to pound and you're already prepared. You watch the video 2 hours before the match. You get onto the bus. It's dark. The fans are outside waiting for you. You got the police escort. You got everything ready. You got the designer bags pulling up to the stadium. Everything is ready to go. It's now about really performing and really showing up for your nation.
Charlie, Suriname and Curaçao has always been known as these Caribbean nations with the Dutch influence, but they want to scrap that Dutch influence name. They want to be Suriname and Curaçao at the World Cup, them by themselves autonomously qualifying to the FIFA World Cup.
And what a statement that would be for the people of that country, for all of the people from Curaçao who live, or from Suriname who live in the Netherlands, for example. There's this connection to their country of origin. I love that fact. And what you touched on is, the whole nation is watching you. They're watching this game tonight. And you have the chance to lift a country in so many different ways. So that's what you're playing with tonight. That's heavy on you when you're walking into the stadium. You're mindful of that in the back of your mind. We have a chance to not only live my dream, but to inspire people to create this same dream that I have.
It's a similar story for Haiti, who hasn't been to the World Cup in a century plus. It's been 52 years since they arrived at the 1974 World Cup. And speak about diaspora. 3 million Haitians lived beyond the island. It's the ultimate underdog story. Janelly, what do you think is going through their minds as they try to go to their first World Cup in 50 plus years?
I think for Haiti, they have absolutely nothing to lose. When you're the underdog, I think it's the best position to be in. No pressure, your fans are behind you, your country's behind you. I think they're in the perfect position, and I think we're going to see history made today.
I love how you say it, Haiti, like the French Creole, like the Taínos who originally were on the Hispaniola island. That is what we're playing with today. So many languages, so many colors, so many sounds in the Caribbean, in Central America. But before the Golazo show starts, we need a goal count from everybody. It's a game that we play. I know you guys are new to the Golazo show. Charlie knows all about it. I'll start with you, Chuck. We need full goal count. And by the way, it needs to hit exactly on the money on this do or die night.
Now, I normally get pretty close, let you guys know. I've won it a few times. I'm going 19 goals tonight.
Wow. Claudia went high. Rodney 20. Production 18. I'm the lowest.
Where are you at?
What's yours?
Right there. It's 17. I went the lowest. I thought it was going to be
Pretty good
cagey.
guess from you.
It's 20. 20.
Wow, it's tight. Someone's going to hit it.
Yeah, someone's going to hit it.
I had to change mine because somebody stole mine. But
Really?
21 goals were scored last week.
Someone had yours, so did you go higher or lower than
I went
your original?
higher.
You went higher.
It was going higher or going below this guy.
Hopefully we get goals today. It's almost like drama is guaranteed. The Trinidad and Tobago Bermuda game is kind of like the X factor in this goal count. Bermuda lost 7-0 to Curaçao. I do have a question about the Central Americans because, you know, the Caribbean story is amazing. Without a doubt, this expanded World Cup has given opportunity to a lot of these nations that perhaps never even dreamed of qualifying for a World Cup. But at the same time, it does present this conundrum for Central American teams because without the U.S., Mexico, and Canada in the World Cup qualifying process, Rodney, it would feel like an embarrassment if Honduras, Panama, and Costa Rica don't make the World Cup.
It would be a huge disappointment, Nico. And at the end of the day, you still have to look at the other side and the teams from the Caribbean, and they understand that there's more possibility to now get into the World Cup. So, of course, if I'm from Curaçao or I'm from Suriname, I see my chance being now. If this many teams can get into the World Cup, it's our chance now. But Costa Rica being out, Panama being out, Honduras being out, that's failure. And I think that today is a do-or-die day, and these teams in Central America have to get it done.
I think, to your point, for Costa Rica, it's a full hit revamp.
So you're saying that they need this loss. You're almost saying that they need this revamp.
Almost.
Chill out, bro.
It's similar to how the U.S. came about after 2018. They failed to get the job done against Trinidad, and we saw every player who could possibly make the jump for the next cycle.
I think that's the case, Chuck, not only for Costa Rica, but for Honduras as well. If they don't qualify to the World Cup, it could be the end of the line for a lot of historic players on these national teams. Let's go out to the Estadio Rommel Fernández to check out what's going on between Panama and El Salvador as the games get started. So for Panama, the team news is in. This year's Panamanian hero, Cecilio Waterman, returns to the starting lineup. He's flanked by Ismael Diaz, who did not get minutes against Guatemala, and it's Azarias Londoño, who's in fine form with his club from Ecuador. El Salvador, on the other hand, already eliminated their manager, El Boilillo Gomez. Listen to this. Hands 34-year-old striker Michel Mercado his national team debut. The more experienced Jairo Enriquez accompanies him in attack. Darwin Seren, who has the most caps all time for Los Cuscatlecos, starts again in central midfield.
Likely they will be one of the seeded teams, as you see Thomas Christensen here, one of those seeded teams that would go directly to the second match of those playoffs. They most likely would only have to win just one match, but they don't want to have to get there. They want to get it done here tonight. Thomas Christensen was hired back in 2020. He's coached the most games for this Panama national team of any head coach that they have had, even more than Hernan Gomez, who is in the other dugout here tonight.
All right, let's fly over to Estadio Manuel Felipe Carrera for this Guatemala against Suriname game. Guatemala, it's US-born Aaron Hernandez from DC United making the starting lineup. Matthew Evans from LAFC is on the bench. For Suriname, it's Tejeron Sherry, who scored his first career goal for Suriname, who returns to the starting 11. He's accompanied by Rishonel Margaret and Denzel Jubitana. They total 6 national team goals. Shaquille Pinas in the back line could captain their team straight into the World Cup. Again, Suriname, if they beat Panama's result, they are through. They just need to get a better result than Panama and vice versa. If not, we're playing with goal difference. At the moment, it's a 3-goal swing with these two results. 0-0, both teams. It's Suriname going straight to the World Cup. As a reminder, from our 3 groups, 2 second places, the 2 best second place teams go through to the next round. Guatemala is 3rd and already eliminated. All right, let's fly over to the office, Independence Park in Kingston, Jamaica. This is the only game in Group B that matters. Jamaica must win. Curaçao cannot lose. For Jamaica, they run with a forward line of Bobby Reed, Ronaldo Cephas, and Shamar Nicholson, who did not play in their last match against Trinidad and Tobago. They've got 2 MLS players still in postseason that are playing tonight. That's Andre Blake in net for Philly and Ian Frey for Inter Miami. Curaçao goes with Jordi Paulina, who got a brace against Bermuda, but he's on the bench. But it is the Bacuna brothers starting, and Leandro, he takes the captain's armband. Manager Dick Advocaat has left to the Netherlands due to personal reasons. So on the touchline will be assistant coaches Dean Gorey and Cor Pot.
Good enough for Jamaica to advance here tonight. Following that last gasp equalizer for Trinidad and Tobago, of course, not enough to keep them alive heading into the final nights. It means Jamaica will have to drive the game here this evening. Curaçao, knowing a draw enough to send them through. It's a long throw, hurled towards the near posts. Still not quite cleared. An opportunity now for Sonji Hansen. Does get out of the penalty area for the Blue Wave of Curaçao. Stepping forward, Dexter Lembikisa. Keeping it alive for Jamaica, only momentarily, as it'll trickle over the end line for a goal kick.
We'll get you updates about Trinidad and Tobago and Bermuda. That game's a dead rubber. We don't frankly care about it, only for our goal count, really. Trinidad and Bermuda are both eliminated. That's the other game in this Group B. So we take it on over to La Joya de la Sabana, el Estadio Nacional in San Jose, Costa Rica, for this game between Los Ticos and La Bicolor Catracha. For Costa Rica, it's Alfonso Martinez, who tore his ACL in training, so Manfred Udgalde starts up top. He has 11 goals for the national team. Celso Borges, who returned from retirement, is on the bench. Keylor Navas is in goal. And for Honduras, who has this long list of absences, has forced Reinaldo Rueda to go with Justin Arboleda up top. Romel Kyoto, Luis Palma, and Jorge Alvarez accompany him in attack. Again, Costa Rica sitting in third place, Honduras in first, tied on points with Haiti. They need to better Haiti's result, and they are through. Haiti, if they better Honduras' result, they are through. Speaking of Haiti, we have to go to Curaçao, where Haiti, because of obviously political turmoil, plays their home matches for this World Cup qualifying cycle in Hergilio Hato Stadium on the island of Curaçao. For them, it's Franzi Pierros who starts up top for Haiti, but surprisingly, Dukens Nazon is on the bench. Didson and Providence comprise the attacking trio, who together have 43 goals for the national team. And Nicaragua, who is eliminated from World Cup contention, go like this. It is Marco Antonio's El Fantasma Figueroa's last game in charge for the Nicaraguan national team. His 11 has Juan Barrera, the nation's all-time top scorer and captain, who will retire after today.
So many storylines tonight. Nicaragua on the front foot here. It's played across. Oh, and it bundled around in the center part of the 18-yard box, but Haiti eventually did clear it. Bit of nervy defending there from Haiti inside their own penalty area, but they do enough and clear their lines.
There are 3 million Haitians around the world from the Haitian diaspora locked in on this game, despite not too many in Curaçao that have been able to make the difficult trip to the island. Regardless, they are supporting this national team with a strong sense of pride. We take it back to Group B to talk about Trinidad and Tobago and Bermuda. Watch out. Ooh! There was an offside there in the Haiti match. Trinidad and Tobago and Bermuda. This game is our dead rubber. It's Kevin Molino for Trinidad and Tobago who starts and is the captain. U.S.-born RSL center back Kobe Henry starts in the back line. And for Bermuda, it's Zico Lewis who's starting on the wing. He has 11 national team goals. Reggie Lamb, the captain, Bermuda's most capped player, is on the bench.
Spain. And then one-on-one, playing it back to Jackie. Jackie opening to the left. They haven't tried building towards the left, and they got a little bit of pressure. And made just position-wise for Perfect Williams. Not a lot of heavy pressure, but he does play the one in that 3-1 ending of the Bermuda setup. Through the middle, Trinidad and Tobago. To attack, good option there with Telfer. Telfer ends up in the middle, now opening by finally to the right to be another option for Yates. Yates playing it back to Rampersad. Rampersad all the way back to Jackie. And again towards the middle.
Let's fly over to one of the most biodiverse countries in the world, Costa Rica. Their loss on Matchday 5 to Haiti snapped a 15-game unbeaten streak. In World Cup qualifying, they had 11 wins and 4 losses in the process, but they are unbeaten in their last 4 games at home in World Cup qualifiers against Honduras. Honduras' last win here was in 2004 when they won 5-2 with goals by David Suazo, Rambo de Leon, and Amado Guevara.
When he made his debut with the national team. And Costa Rica absolutely have to win tonight to have a chance, which means they have to score. There's no playing for a 0-0 draw for them this evening. Free kick floated in all the way through to Menjivar. Had to maintain his focus. Those are tricky for goalkeepers, and somebody might get their head to it right in front of you.
Menjivar collects. We take it to the other game in this group, Ergilio Hato Stadium, 0-0 between Haiti and Nicaragua. Haiti have 2 wins in their last 9 games played. They crashed out of the Gold Cup with losses to the U.S., Saudi Arabia, and a draw to Trinidad and Tobago.
After that, but just a talking to as Haiti are on the prowl here. Lovely give and go on the edge of the area. It can open up for the shot, and there's the goal. There is the goal. Don Luisias has given Haiti the lead inside of 9 minutes. Haiti have the first word on the final night of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. It's a goal that, for the moment, at least for now, puts them on top of the group.
And as it stands, with a lot of football to be played, Haiti are going back to the World Cup. It is a golazo from Davies, Charlie.
It is. Coming inside, nifty on the dribble, plays the 1-2, creates his space, and that's a lethal shot back across the keeper to the far post. It's a phenomenal finish, and I feel like I'm dancing with all the Haitians. Hey, it's Carnival.
Absolutely. Scenes you can expect all over the world. In Montreal, Flatbush, Brooklyn, in Mattapan, Boston.
You got it.
The diaspora is strong tonight, and you can definitely feel the energy, but there's 80 more minutes left of football. Let's see how that result has shifted things in La Sabana. Costa Rica 0, Honduras 0. Rodney, when do you start finding out about other results happening when these games are simultaneous?
As you're playing them? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah. Like, for example, does somebody whisper, hey, Haiti scored, get your act together?
So what was happening in 2018 when we were playing Honduras at home and we needed to get a result, we needed to either win or get a draw, we were listening to what our coaches or the people on the bench were saying, like, hey, we need a goal right now. This is what's happening in the other game. Or either that or the crowd will go wild.
Right.
So then you would understand, okay, we have a chance right now. So the crowd will let you know, your players will let you know, your coaching staff will let you know, raise the intensity, because right now we need to find a way to get a goal.
But to be honest, at this point, Costa Rica knew, regardless of what happened in the other game, they have to win this game. Right. So nothing changes.
They're locked in.
They got to score goals. And at halftime, you're going to be informed, hey, but you don't want to kill their spirit, because if Haiti wins, it doesn't matter what happens here.
Correct.
So you just got to take care of your own business.
For a direct berth, though, because if Costa Rica, with the result in Curaçao, because Haiti plays in Curaçao, Costa Rica beating Honduras, they can be one of the best second-place teams to go to that Interconfederation playoff. And not only that, because of their FIFA rankings, it is very likely that they will only need 1 game. They will go straight into that Interconfederation final.
For now, it's Honduras that has to have the pressure now to take chances, because if they draw, they're out.
Yeah, absolutely. Pressure is on for both Los Ticos and Los Catrachos. We take it over to Hosley Crawford Stadium in Port-au-Prince, Trinidad, because there might be news. Bermuda in pink, Trinidad and Tobago in red. They've won 3 of their last 4 meetings against Bermuda.
Yes. With the call. Just some contact, not bad on Gil, but of course enough to call the foul on Todd. This is going to be a free kick against Powder to put it in play. Henry in the middle, center back. Trying to get through. Will they play short or will they go into the box? Immediately into the box, going for the second post, the header, and in the back of the net!
And it is Kobe Henry, the US-born RSL player on loan from Rennes. Not Nathaniel James specifically, it's Kobe Henry, the center back. He gets his 2nd international goal. So in the Trinidadian capital, it is the Soca Warriors up 1-0. Okay, back over to check out what's happening between the Chapines and Suriname. Of course, Suriname top of this group.
It's all the way through to Morales. Does keep this in play. This is Altan. Shaping up to shoot here. Set across to the back post, and a brilliant stop from Han, who passes his first test with flying colors. There is the warning shot from Guatemala. A lovely cross from Pedro Altan, and Han may have just tapped it off the crossbar. Darwin Lum first to it. Sets up Guatemala with just their 2nd corner of the night. And Oscar Santi is standing over it yet again. Comes all the way through. Cherry falls for Rosales. And now space the other way for Suriname. This is Yubitana. Maharet, who is so lethal in these scenarios. This is Maharet! And on the other end, Hagen denying a clear-cut opportunity. Riholno Maharet, the danger man, fresh off of a brace Thursday.
Incredible saves from the goalkeeper, Janelly, from both, actually, Nico Hagen and Han.
Yeah, I think it's huge from him. He knows how important it is to be locked in. Every detail matters. Both teams playing like they have nothing to lose, but really, I mean, Guatemala is the team that has nothing to lose today.
Yeah, definitely. Already eliminated in 3rd place in this group, but as results stands, Suriname is going through to the World Cup because Panama and El Salvador are drawn at 0. Corner kick for Suriname.
It's a Suriname side that prior to Thursday night had scored just 4 goals in its first 4 qualifying matches. They're at their best out of open play, but did score a winner against El Salvador from a set piece. Cross with Kenneth Paul nearby. Outswinging ball, headed away rather confidently. Rather underwhelming counter in the end. Altan again.
We fly over to the Estadio Rommel Fernandez because the other team in this group, Panama, is playing with Suriname's result. As it stands, Suriname, who's in 1st place, is going through because both games are drawn. Panama needs to better Suriname's result. Panama is unbeaten in 8 of their last 9 against El Salvador.
Here's Davis. Move it down the line. It's by Diaz. Diaz tries to slide this in. It's in the middle. It's loose and it's clear.
erupts. Cesar Blackman, after a bit of controversy with a potential handball, cleans up. Panama goes top of the group, and as of now, Janelly, they are going straight to the World Cup.
Yeah, this is huge. Panama playing with that urgency. And just look at that strike, puts his head down. Nothing the keeper could do about it there. Panama puts themselves in a great position going into this first half.
Chuck, I feel like it's a lot on the goalkeeper there, no?
Yeah, I mean, from this angle, but it's hit so well. He absolutely smashes it near post. Now, I do think this is a penalty of the way his hand came up from Carrasquilla's shot, but Cesar Blackman, quick, drives through it, full power, hits it under the crossbar. It's an incredible goal. And look, it sends everyone into pandemonium. I love that from Panama.
Sensation from the Canaleros. This puts serious pressure on Suriname. Let's see how that goal affects things. Ooh, good opportunity there.
There's your look at Jose Morales, veteran fullback, one of many players who makes his trade in the Liga Nacional de Guatemala. One of the many players in the 11 that play for Municipal, a 28-year-old who's been a fixture in the national team ranks since the start of the 2021 Gold Cup. It's been an untouchable presence in the 11 throughout World Cup qualifying as well. Marhavet. Many Suriname players that features in the Eredivisie in the Netherlands. This is Paul. "20 minutes gone, still nothing to separate these two sides. And it is important to note, Panama has just scored. Cesar Blackman opening the scoring on 17 minutes. So as things currently stand, Panama would top the group. And Suriname may find itself destined for the Interconfederation playoffs. That is if, of course, they finish as one of the top two second-place teams. So pressure now on Donacio.
Let's fly over to the birthplace of the Rastafari religion. The Reggae Boys want to take their country to football, Zion.
Feeling he had kept himself on. A little cliche. You can see along the line from that position, really shouldn't be getting caught in the offside standing. His father looks on, wondering if perhaps that was an opportunity squandered by Curaçao. Bakisa, all he could do really was stretch to keep it in play. And now Floranis looking long towards Bacuna. Sombrero into the attack. Was he held up? He was. Free kick for Curaçao. The head from Pinnock. We didn't think it was a foul. Quickly from Leandro Bacuna. The layoff on the edge. That's a rocket. And well held by Blake. Quick fire.
Leandro Bacuna with a great shot testing Andre Blake, but that's too easy for the Philadelphia Union goalkeeper, Rodney.
It's too easy for an experienced goalkeeper. Andre Blake has it covered, no problems. Jamaica is still holding on at home. I love that environment right now. That place has got to be jumping.
Yeah, they need that win, Jamaica. The Reggae Boys, only a victory will do for them. Curaçao cannot lose. If they avoid defeat, they will go to their first ever World Cup. Back over to the Rommel. Panama, with this result, are going through to the World Cup. There is a free kick for Los Canaleros. This 1-0 result in favor of Panama puts serious pressure on Suriname away to the already eliminated Guatemala.
The second and third rounds of World Cup qualifying is the least among all CONCACAF teams in this third round. This time, Coco Carrasquilla puts it in a good area. A header back across. Dealt with by Godoy, and it's onto the roof of the net. He did ever so well, Panama did. There's Carlos Harvey in the area as well. Carrasquilla putting this in a great spot. It was all Carlos Harvey there who attacked it. Put it onto the roof of the net. He scored a big goal in the last window. That 1-1 match
Back over
against
to San Jose
Guatemala.
to watch this Costa Rica-Honduras game. Honduras lost on the last match day 2-0 to Nicaragua, and that defeat snapped an 8-game unbeaten streak in World Cup qualifiers. They are eliminated from a direct berth with this result because Haiti is up 1-0.
A step to the left. Left-footed strike is just wide. Best chance so far tonight. It was Luis Palma who nearly gave them that spark that they craved. And this is the skill and the ability to take players on 1v1. And it's just inches.
Less than inches, centimeters. Luis Palma almost snipes Keylor, Charlie.
He does an incredible job of coming in on his left foot and creating that angle for that far post. I think he had Keylor Navas beat because of so many bodies in front of Keylor Navas. I think he reacted a little bit late. Very fortunate for Costa Rica to see it sail wide.
As it stands, Honduras is eliminated from the World Cup, full stop. They won't be going to the Interconfederation playoff because they are the worst second place team amongst all the second places at the moment, but things can change. All right. We're back in Willemstad, Curaçao, where Haiti plays their national team games. Haiti is top of this group. Nicaragua, they snapped a 5-game winless streak with that win against Honduras on match day 5. Haiti won their last 4 meetings against Nicaragua, and they're up 1-0.
The cross into the middle came up short. Providence was the target. Arcus not giving up the battle and helps Haiti keep it with a throw. Bellegarde thinks better of it, goes back over the halfway line. Again, the only other 2 games where we've seen a goal, Trinidad and Tobago leading Bermuda. The game, unfortunately, does not matter. Panama leading El Salvador, which puts the Canalmen at the top of Group A as it stands, ahead of Suriname, who are playing in Guatemala tonight. It's a 0-0 game there. 25 minutes gone, 26 minutes gone in Costa Rica. In our group, 0-0 scoreline between the Ticos and Honduras. Providence pushes it forward. Casimir has Lacroix for help. Sometimes.
Let's fly over to the birthplace of reggaeton. Panama against El Salvador. This game's got some rhythm. Panama is up 1-0, and as it stands, they are going through to the World Cup. El Salvador are sitting on 4 consecutive losses.
Andrade gets it out wide for Eric Davis. Davis keeps it moving. Diaz to the end line. Diaz turning it infield. Diaz the pass. Plenty of time. Blackman saved off the line. It all opened up there for Cesar Blackman. Panama keeping the pressure on. Andrade finally thumped away. And El Salvador can breathe for just a moment defensively. Shot from distance, parried back in the middle. Carlos Harvey stepping forward. Panama looking like they're up for more here tonight. Moved out wide, Blackman, the cross, the header is out of play. Corner kick on the way. El Salvador under siege.
Janelly Farias, El Salvador is under serious pressure.
Yeah, and we see it here. Oh, look at that. El Salvador is super committed to defending in their own box. I mean, they're not playing for anything today but their pride, and I think sometimes that's all you need. It's as a defender, when you get a goal line save like that, it means everything. You celebrate it as if it were a goal.
Corner kick for Los Canaleros. They want another.
It up to the back post. Antonio has to see this bounce out of play. Oh, this was so close. Great work there. And Michel Mercado, he's an attacking player. But making his international debut today, that's almost as good as a goal. There are a few players on this team here tonight that did play in the World Cup back in 2018. And you know those Panamanian players want to get back there once again. Jose Luis Rodriguez, and about.
The other two teams in this Group A, Guatemala already eliminated, and Suriname. Suriname have 2 wins in the last 9 games played. They also crashed out of the Gold Cup in their group stage with Costa Rica, Mexico, and the Dominican Republic. But they are unbeaten away in 2025. 2 wins, 2 draws. Their last loss was in Canada in November 2024 for the Nations League. Watch out.
Challenge.
Cleared only as far as Samayoa.
Longwake is penalized for that challenge. We see Darwin Lom here. Just turns past Abena. There's certainly a bit of contact in that. On a different day, maybe that's given as a free kick. Suriname evading any punishment, but there's a set piece from slightly further position on the cards now for Guatemala. Slight shove from Longwake. And the kick out is likely what draws our official's ire. Sets up Aaron Herrera well within range to have a pop. And Oscar Santis, a known goal scorer in his own right, has vacated. DC United man, Aaron Herrera, the native of Las Cruces, New Mexico. Look to test Warner Hahn between the sticks. Curls it towards goal, drags it wide in the end.
Aaron Herrera misses that one by a couple of yards. We go to Le Grenadiers match. It's Haiti against Nicaragua. The Haitians have a World Cup ticket in their hand, but it's bad news for them because their country's 3rd all-time leading scorer, Franzi Pierrot, is coming off injured, Charlie.
Yeah, that's a big miss. But Nazon's going to come in for him, and that's a capable goal scorer as well. The benefit for Haiti right now is that they have the lead.
Right.
Goals are not an issue for them at the moment. They need to continue to play well, and I think Nazon will be able to carry his own.
Your third all-time leading scorer comes off, and your leading scorer outright comes on. They usually play up top together, Dukas Nazon and Franzi Pierrot. So let's see how Nazon does. It's Haiti 1, Nicaragua 0. The other two teams in this Group C, La Sele against La H, Costa Rica against Honduras. Honduras have 2 losses in their last 9 games played. That was at Nicaragua and against Mexico in the Gold Cup semifinal.
6-0 to Canada this summer. Nobody thought they'd get to the semis of that competition after that loss, but they did. Gave Mexico a good game, lost 1-0. Free kick for Honduras, right in front of an enraged Miguel Herrera, Costa Rica's head coach. It just has not gone according to plan for Miguel Herrera, the Costa Rican Federation, the Costa Rican national side over these last 2 months. Costa Rica have to win this game to have any chance of going to the World Cup. As things stand right now, even that wouldn't be enough, but that could still change. Ball raked across the middle, ahead of its intended targets, but touched out by Calvo, and it will be a corner for Honduras. They're second, with 10 minutes to go until half. It's a good ball, forcing the defense to make a decision. A Honduras goal, a Honduras lead would put them back on top of the group, remember. Their goal differential is still better than Haiti's. Could they find it here? The outswinging delivery was decent, but headed away. Down by Nahar, back out wide right. Another cross floated in. Doesn't beat the first man either, this time away by Vargas. Ugalde does well. Strong first touch from Zamora.
Okay, we're going to Group B now. The Office, Independence Park, Jamaica must win. Let's see if they can raise the temperature on this game in the birthplace of Sean Paul. Curaçao, with this result, goes straight to the World Cup.
Antonio. Curaçao missing Tahith Chong there this evening. This is chucked in from Pinnock. A long throw, dealt with well by the Curaçao defense. Into the final 10 minutes of normal time at the end of the first half. Bakuna looking for Jorge. Loose ball will fall to Bakuna. Can he get around Pinnock? He can. Dashing down the near sideline, Bakuna, but enough legs from Frey to dash in front, and he was aided by Damari Gray doing his diligence back, tracking one of the Reggae boys. Foul spotted as Bakuna trying to get rounds the number 7 in yellow. And some plaudits well earned there by the attack-minded man. Getting back defensively for Jamaica. Curaçao had hoped Tahith Chong would be able to take part in this last window. Not able to fully recover in time to play a part. Long ball. Caused some consternation there. Rashawn Von Eijma wasn't quite sure what to do. Was looking for guidance from his goalkeeper, and Ronaldo Cephas was never going to stop running. Pressure from the ever-presence in the Jamaican lineup during qualification, and he earns a corner kick for the hosts. being watched by Comenencia. Referee wanted a word. Those two battling it out inside the Curaçao penalty area. Will be another in-swinger from Reed. Stack around the penalty spot in yellow. Into the area goes. Header up and not clearing just Curaçao. Now they're able to clear the defensive area.
Hey, I don't really care what people say, but Curaçao at the World Cup would be epic. We take it back to Group C. Costa Rica against Honduras. Again, Honduras would be eliminated with this result. Full stop from the World Cup. They need to pick it up.
The heads go up. It's a great header away. Costa Rica recycle though. Calvo does well. Pulls it back smartly. One step by Alcocer. His delivery, and it's on goal, but there is Menjivar. Strong sequence from Los Ticos. Ugalde on the end of it after Alcocer did well again, switching out to the right flank this time. Ugalde not able to steer it toward either corner. Still 1-0 Panama over El Salvador. 0-0 between Jamaica and Curaçao. Guatemala and Suriname still goalless. All those games kicking off at the same time, so right about the same time mark as this one. So still at the moment, Haiti, Curaçao, and Panama would be going through to the World Cup directly. Here's Alcocer. Oh, the backheel return for Alcocer, who then tried to lay it off for Ugalde. That would have been spectacular. Instead, it's Menjivar again. With all the pressure on these players, you have to salute the ability to still execute a move like that on a night like this. Oh, a slip by Calvo, and then he has to tug his man back, and he's going to be the first player booked for that. But it's better than the alternative, a professional foul from the experienced pros. Had a bit of a rough first half.
Heading back over to Estadio Rommel Fernández, El Golazo de Juan Díaz. Panama has only qualified to one World Cup. In 2018, the World Cup in Russia, they want to go back to the big dance. With this result, they are achieving that.
Throw-in going Panama's way into the final 5 minutes now. Before the break, Thomas Christensen sure would love another goal. And they can reassess what they need to do come the second half, but it's all about scoring and winning this game by a lot, but now it's turned over. Those red shirts streaming back defensively. Mercado moves it out wide. Big chance for El Salvador. The shot is wide. Steven Vasquez had the opportunity for La Selecta, but nothing doing. Just a slip in the middle. Bad turnover there, and yet it was nearly the moment for El Salvador. Vasquez may have just been onside. It was very close as that last defender for Panama tried to step forward. Floated forward again, Londoño off his chest. Canasquilla moves it out wide for Davis. Early ball across, and it's out of play. Flag stayed down. A big miss there from Ismael Diaz.
Janelly, that's a big miss for Panama.
Yeah, a huge miss. Plays a great ball in and then just couldn't get enough on it. But credit to the defender, was touch tight. I think it makes it difficult for him and comfortable for him to finish there.
Oh, Charlie, you'd expect Ismael Diaz to score from that close, huh?
Just keeping your foot over the ball. He's leaning back. It's bouncing. It's difficult if you're not fully focused on keeping the trajectory of the ball bouncing down against the turf.
Again, this result is putting pressure on Suriname, who is tying Guatemala in Guatemala. Here comes the corner kick for the home side. Suriname needs a goal to go straight into World Cup, to secure that World Cup ticket.
Native of the United States, who spent all 8 years of his club career in the MLS. Samayoa. Aaron pass out of trouble. Kept in by Anderson. Klaas, one of the 3 goal scorers from Thursday night. Pinas. To wonder what Suriname needs to do to get the likes of Rihonel Maharat and Denzel Ubitana in space. So far, they've been marshaled well by their opposite numbers in Aaron Herrera and Jose Morales. They let it run here. Maharat just runs out of real estate. Well inside the final minute of the initial 45. Just 1 minute separating us from intermission. At the moment, Suriname with plenty of work to do. It's likely.
Let's head over to Group C, La Sele against La Bicolor.
No.
Here's Costa Rica.
No.
An opportunity here.
I was trying to pick out the man in the box. Still 1-0 to Haiti.
Both of these teams need goals because as it stands, Costa Rica out of the World Cup, Honduras out of the World Cup. It would be a dark night for the Central American teams if they don't go to World Cup 2026. Because in this same group, it's Haiti against Nicaragua. The Haitians are up 1-0. They snapped a 5-game winless streak in their win against Costa Rica, and they are top of the group.
And that is the live table as it stands right now. Haiti would win the group and go on to the World Cup. Honduras potentially to enter Confederation playoff. Arcus for Providence! Haiti have a second in first half stoppage time! Ruben Providence!
Ready or not, here they come. Haiti 2, Nicaragua 0, Charlie.
I can feel it. The World Cup's getting closer for Haiti. Let's go. What a fantastic header from Ruben Providence. The run in the box. It's cutthroat. There's a point to it, and his header down on target. Phenomenal way to get Nicaragua going into halftime up 2-0. This is exactly where you want to be if you're Haiti.
The energy, the feeling. Haiti have almost 2 hands on that World Cup ticket, Janelly, because Honduras isn't getting the job done in Costa Rica.
Yeah, I think we talked about it a bit earlier. I think Haiti's making history today. They're showing they're dominating in every aspect of the field, and it's great to go into halftime 2-0 up.
And look at it's Deedens again, the goal scorer, creating for his team. It's a beautiful cross, Marcus, and the header from Providence, the run to the far post. Clinical.
Sensational stuff. His second international goal. All right. So we do need goals between Costa Rica and Honduras because as it stands, both teams are out. Even if Costa Rica goes up 1-0, they still need more because they wouldn't be one of the best second places. Haiti winning means that they cannot go directly to the World Cup. Final moments in San Jose.
This game, and they have a chance to take the lead. What a save, Keylor Navas. He pounces on the rebound. It was nearly the moment for Honduras. It was Nahar, denied by the legend, who keeps it 0-0.
Keylor, massive. That would have helped Honduras incredibly. Put them into the World Cup. They take it away through the gloves of Keylor Navas. There's a penalty kick in El Rommel. Opportunity for Davies.
Delivers! Panama leads 2-0! There's something in the air tonight in Panama City.
Los Canaleros are 45 minutes away from going back to the World Cup. That is a huge goal. Janelly Waterman brought down in the box, and Davies converts.
Yeah, what a way to step up to take the penalty kick with the pressure. Perfectly executed. Keeper goes the wrong way and just places it in the back of the net with the inside of his left foot. Panama is exactly where they want to be.
The paradinha, Charlie. The stutter step.
Charlie didn't have that in his bag.
I was not a stutter step guy. I knew if I stepped up, I hit it, it's going to go in.
Right down the middle.
I don't need to make the keeper move.
Charlie closed his eyes and shot the ball.
I put it where I want. It goes in. I don't need to make the goalkeeper guess before I shoot. You know what I mean?
You didn't have that in your bag, but that's okay. It's a new
I didn't need it. I didn't need it, you know?
Yeah, you got it, boss.
Some guys need it.
Suriname need to win. At this point, with this result, it doesn't really matter by how much. It's not enough if Suriname gets their goal, but they don't have it. It's 0-0 in Guatemala. Panama are going straight to the World Cup. Alongside Haiti, alongside Curaçao, as it stands. Half times all around, but do not go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to go over everything, all the drama from the first 45. This is the Golazo Show.
Welcome into our halftime coverage of the CONCACAF World Cup qualifiers, the final round. I'm Claudia Pagan here alongside Janelly Farias, Charlie Davies, and Rodney Wallace. Lots of action to catch you guys up on. I'm replacing Nico for our halftime coverage here. So let's take a look at everything that happened in Group A by looking at some of the highlights and the goals that were delivered in the first 45 minutes. We start with Panama.
Yeah, this is an incredible golazo from Cesar Blackman, just absolutely smashing the bouncing ball. Then Cecilio Waterman is brought down for a penalty. He's a big man. He goes down. And then Eric Davis finishes from the PK spot. Panama were cruising. They were creating all the opportunities, and they're feeling good. So at the moment,
they're sitting at the top.
They're going.
At the moment, if they can keep it up, they're up 2-0 right now over El Salvador. So things are looking very good for Panama. Kind of what we all expected to see from this side in the first 45.
Yeah, we talked about it. We said it would be absolute shock if they weren't in the World Cup. I think they're doing everything that they have to do, going into halftime with 2 goals. Not conceding any. I think they're exactly where they want to be.
Are you feeling confident about them in the next 45, Rodney?
Feeling very confident, and what I love it, first of all, it's a very dangerous score to go into halftime.
It
2-1, it's a very dangerous, because you can get confident and the other team can come in and then they can score the goal, right? El Salvador still has that chance, but you could just see it in Panama's eyes. You can see it in the players and what it means to them. And they're meeting right after the game ended, and the players are going off the field like, yo, we might have a chance right now, Charlie.
Yeah, they're feeling good. They're feeling good going into halftime. All right, so let's take a look now at how things are shaping up in Group C. A big one here between Haiti and Nicaragua.
Yeah, Deedson plays the 1-2. Look at him dribble and then come across his body, generates the power. Keeper doesn't have a chance at it. It's a fantastic goal to start the game, and that was early. Then Dietzen again wins the ball back for his club, his country, and then Providence runs through the middle, unmarked, and look at a beautiful header. Heads it off the ground, far post, 2-0, Haiti at half.
2-0 for Haiti. They have set themselves up for success, sitting at the top with 11 points. So if everything stays for them, they will continue on through. So we spoke about the confidence of Panama, but Janelly, what about the confidence that we have for Haiti now for their second half?
Feeling good about it? With Haiti, yeah. We see it in the players' faces and their body language. They're super pumped. They're hyped. They're exactly where they want to be. I'm loving the energy from them, and they're probably going to see them in the World Cup.
It's halftime scary when you're up, and I say that because sometimes you lose that momentum from the first half, and a lot of times it's kind of a situation where it feels like the second half you either turn it back on, or lots of times we see teams lose the momentum.
It's the leadership. It's the momentum. It's what we're going to talk about in halftime. There are keys to every single half, and you need to make sure that those bullet points that are on that board signify what needs to happen onto the field.
I've been on both sides of the coin. Want a better team losing at half, and we can come back, versus being maybe the inferior team in terms of quality and having a lead and losing focus, and the other team gets that goal in the first 5 minutes or 10 minutes of the second half, and then you feel that avalanche coming. So I think for right now, Haiti's in a great spot, given that Nicaragua has nothing to play for.
Yeah, and finally, let's take a look at the live table for Group B. There hasn't been much that's been shaping out in this game. Trinidad versus Bermuda, that's a game that really doesn't matter at this point, but Curaçao versus Jamaica. We have Curaçao at the top right now with 12 points, so if all stays well for them, they will be able to continue on to the World Cup. All right, well, we are going to take a quick break here on our halftime coverage. We've got more coming up for you on the other side. Stay with us.
Hey, welcome back to the Golazo show in this very special do-or-die edition of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. As it stands, Panama is going straight to the World Cup. Suriname is in second place. Their game is 0-0. But if Suriname were to score, Panama needs 2 more goals in order to just be safe. A goal for Suriname in Guatemala could change everything. Let's go check out what's happening in Group B. Curaçao is qualifying directly to the World Cup because they are drawing 0-0 in the office. Jamaica's yet to score, which means Curaçao would go through straight to 2026. And now Group C does get a little bit tricky with Haiti going up over Honduras and Costa Rica. Honduras, though, they are in a very compromised position. If Haiti gets 1 more goal, that would obligate Honduras to get 2 more. So for Haiti, they need goals. And second place teams, by the way, as it stands, Honduras is out of the World Cup. So not only do they need goals to qualify directly, they need goals to at least dream of being a second place team. So it feels like, as things stand, Honduras would either go straight to the World Cup or not at all to the big dance. We go to Group A, Estadio Manuel Felipe Carrera. Panama's 2-0 result is putting serious pressure on Suriname to get their result.
That was not his finest. Altan. Santis. Shipping it towards goal, and Guatemala opens the scoring. Darwin Lom, yet again against Suriname, and it's 1-0 for Los Chapines.
It is a 14th international goal for Darwin Lom, putting Panama in a great position to qualify directly. Great goal, Charlie.
It is a great goal, and for Suriname, just poor covering in the box. The defender has no idea where Lom is. He's focused on the ball watching, and the header's down between the keeper's legs. Well done.
Suriname needs 2 more goals as it stands to flip this one on its head and go straight into the next round. Honduras, regardless, is still still the worst second place team. Suriname very lucky unless it gets worse. So let's see how El Rommel has reacted, understanding the news that Suriname has gone down. Panama is going straight to the World Cup with this 2-0 lead.
It is, in fact, 1-0 to Guatemala as Panama are looking for more. Flag is up for offside. A couple of Panama players there in that offside position, one being Cecilia Waterman. Panama came into this group being the highest ranked team in this Group A, 31st. They were the team that was supposed to top this group pretty comfortably. And they could go through and not lose any of their matches. Hernan Gomez looks on. It would be 3 wins and 3 draws if it stays as is right now. Doing what they need to do. Remember, this is a team unbeaten in their last 11. They've been so dangerous here in 2025, building towards a moment such as this. Free kick put towards goal, taken by Mosquera. Long ball floated forward, and this might work out here for Panama. Diaz to fight off about 3 blue shirts after one of them slipped. Clearance on the bicycle kick.
So the Guatemala goal against Suriname in this group has worked positively for Panama and perhaps for the other second place teams. We're going to go to Costa Rica and Honduras in just one sec to see what's going on there. Costa Rica at the moment, if they are to score a goal against Honduras, they still would need another. As it stands, a 2-0 result is what they need to be one of the best second places. Of course, from the 3 groups, it's the 2 best second place teams that go into the Interconfederation playoff. Honduras, they are the worst second place team at the moment, but they need a win, a goal right now, and they would be first place in this group over Haiti. Again, a cushion for Haiti. They would need 1 more goal, and things could get tricky even if Honduras goes up top here in this game.
Crosses have not yet produced a result. Still 2-0 Panama over El Salvador. Panama are headed to the World Cup as it stands. More attacking down this right side for Costa Rica. Gallo goes back out wide, and then it's spooned into the middle. Chested down, edge of the box, and hit with the left. Not hit with a lot of conviction by Madrigal. It may have slipped. Nahad does eventually find a teammate thanks to good work from Jorge Alvarez.
A lot of open spaces in San Jose in this game, back and forth between Costa Rica and Honduras. Both teams eliminated from World Cup contention with the results as they stand. Let's go to Group B. Reggae Boys against the Blue Stars. It's Curaçao. Yes, believe it or not, they are going to the World Cup with this 0-0 draw. Jamaica must win here in Independence Park. The last time that Curaçao, under any name, won on Jamaican soil, it was in 1963. This would be history.
Chucked into the area by Pinnock. Header off the post. Greg Lee up over everybody. But he couldn't guide it home. And now here come Curaçao. Hansen. Heavy first
first touch. Frey sneaking in to get a touch away. And now there's no midfield as Bakuna takes over. Drag step into the shot, looking for a carbon copy of his fantastic goal away to Bermuda last Thursday.
What a towering header there from Jamaica. It was Greg Lee, it looked like.
Gregory Lee almost capitalizing on that cross and almost putting his team in a better position than they are right now.
Jamaica's piling on the pressure. They need the win. Curaçao, if they qualify to the World Cup, they will be the smallest nation ever from population or landmass to go to the World Cup. There's action happening in Group C. There's a corner kick for Costa Rica. Los Ticos at this point need, oh, it's a corner kick for Honduras, I beg your pardon. Los Ticos need 2 goals. 2 goals is what they need. Honduras.
Oh, like toward the back post, and it just eluded the attacker there, and it's out of play. Almost got what they wanted, Honduras, but Luis Vega couldn't reach it at that back stick. Here comes the change for Costa Rica. Zamora off, Vargas on. Kenneth Vargas.
Let's go to the home stadium of Municipal, the 32-time champion of Guatemala. It's Guatemala who's giving us the surprise result. The eliminated Guatemala. Suriname going into second place, but playing it short. Still one of the best second-place teams. They're still going through to the International Interconfederational playoff.
So Suriname's plight could get that much more tricky, even if they complete the turnaround. This is a lovely ball to Escobar, and it's in! His first involvement doubles the lead for Guatemala. And it may be the goal that dooms Suriname's qualification hopes.
Guatemala goes up 2-0 against Suriname. And as it stands, the South American team is cutting it close. They are still going through despite conceding this second goal. But Honduras is right there. This is good news for Honduras and Costa Rica. What a golazo. Guatemala up 2-0, Janelly, surprisingly with deflection.
Yeah, I think there was a slight deflection there, but credit to Guatemala playing that ball to that tight space and just crushes it. Puts his head down. Guatemala playing with nothing to lose, playing for their pride. I love the energy they're putting on the field. Difficult when you're the underdog, when you're not playing for anything, but at the end of the day, they have a country to represent.
The movement off the ball on that goal, the control, and just putting it in the back of the net.
He learned all that movement in New England, just so you know.
Rodney, by the way, this goal for Guatemala is good news for Costa Rica. They just need one. If Costa Rica goes up 1-0 against Honduras, they would go through as one of the best second-place teams, eliminating Suriname from World Cup contention.
And that's exactly what Costa Rica needs right now. They need to feel that. They need to know that as well.
So let's go to La Sabana to check out what's going on between Costa Rica and Honduras, because this does change things for La Sele. If Costa Rica, again, I repeat, the drama of it all, go up 1-0 here, they're going through as not only one of the best second-place teams, but Rodney, that would mean that in the Interconfederation playoff, they would just need one game. They would get a bye straight to the final, and they would be 90 minutes away from a World Cup. Half an hour left of football here.
Viva Costa Rica, vamos!
This is hunted down by Nahar. Came so close to scoring for Honduras right before halftime. We approach an hour played. Costa Rica, thanks to Guatemala, leading Suriname now by 2-0. Even though they haven't made an impact in this game, Costa Rica are inching closer to contention at least. Possibly be one of those best second-place teams if they could win this game. They are certainly not winning at the moment. You see the situation there. But if Costa Rica do find some goals in this second half, it's more and more doable because Suriname are losing by multiple goals now. Suriname right now are in second place in Group A. They're on 9 points. Costa Rica came into this game with 6. So if Costa Rica win, then they'd both be on 9 points. Then it would go to tiebreakers. Suriname came into this night with a +5 in the goal differential category. Costa Rica were +2. Well, now Suriname are just +3. This is not ideal for Ugalde and way out of play for...
Okay, we're going to move away from the Estadio Nacional. So from the capital of Costa Rica to the capital of Trinidad and Tobago, the game that we haven't given too much light on because it really doesn't matter. It's just all for glory and pride. It's a goal for Bermuda. It was Najai Tucker who gets his second goal in international football. Trinidad and Tobago 1, Bermuda 1. Again, Bermuda coming off of that terrible loss. Terrible loss to Curaçao. They've lost every single game in this final round of World Cup qualifying. Going to Group A, the surprise result that has shaken things up massively. Guatemala against Suriname. The Quetzal is flying high and it wants to fly higher to help out the other Central Americans, Costa Rica and Honduras.
Brought down, referee says one cleanly. That's the live table. Panama in the catbird seat. Guatemala threatening more carnage. Drilled to the back post and narrowly wide. The golden chance to make it 3 goes back.
Janelly, I cannot believe Guatemala has missed that opportunity.
Yeah, such a great opportunity for them. How about those 3 defenders kind of just watching, not doing much there? Seems like kind of gave up on that play.
Suriname looked defeated, and there's half an hour left of football, Rodney.
Oscar Santis is right there where he needed to be, just needed to do whatever it took to get to the end of that ball. The play was fantastic, the build-up was great, and it's just about putting the ball in the back of the net. You got to do it. Got to get those goals.
A third goal would put Suriname out of World Cup contention. It would mean that Honduras goes straight through to the World Cup. So Honduras, at the moment, if they can't get the job done, are depositing their faith in their neighbors, Guatemala. This would be huge. Suriname started out top of the group and are potentially saying goodbye to the World Cup full stop if Guatemala gets another goal. Let's take a look at the other team in this group going straight to the World Cup. La Marea Roja, the Red Tide. Panama up 2-0 against La Selecta Cuscatleca.
As things stand now, Suriname wouldn't even be going through in one of those 2 playoff spots either. They could be totally out of the mix. That's what made tonight just so exciting for the neutral here in CONCACAF. All 5 spots, no one had clinched anything. There were teams that had been eliminated. In terms of clinching a spot, nothing had been done. It's good effort there by Climaco. Carlos Harvey coming over defensively and winning the goal kick for Panama. And that looks like it may have come off Harvey last.
We fly back over to the birthplace of Rigoberta Menchú, indigenous activist and Nobel Peace Prize laureate. Guatemala, her national team up 2-0 against Suriname.
Pau. Stabbed away by Morales. And this is Santis in acres of space. Santis through on goal, rounding the goalkeeper and finishing it off for Guatemala. Guatemala's star man makes it 3-0 to Los Chapines. for Suriname.
Stanley Menzo defeated the Suriname national team coach. The dream is slipping through their fingers like sand, Charlie.
They're unraveling. Every time you look at Suriname, they're high up the pitch. They keep conceding these dangerous chances, and this is a phenomenal finish. The keeper comes out, Han, and has no shot at it. Santis does a good job of going around him, keeping his composure and finishing.
6 World Cup qualifying goals for Santis. The already eliminated Guatemala of Luis Fernando Tena is going out with a bang. So this third Guatemala goal means that as it stands, Honduras is going to the Interconfederation playoff as one of the best second teams. Suriname in second place are out. This is a massive score for Honduras. They can go straight to the World Cup if they wish.
Holding their 2-0 lead over El Salvador. This foul against Quiroz. Now this is put wide from an angle by Derek Moncada. Now I've been talking about how these goals for Guatemala could be impacting Costa Rica if Costa Rica could win this game. Right now, remember, since they're drawing, Honduras would be on 9 points. Remember, Suriname started the night on 9 points as well. They're certainly not taking any more, down 3-0 as it stands. So, as things currently are, as this is going to be a free kick for Costa Rica, as things currently are, Honduras would be in that second best runner-up spot. They are now ahead of Suriname on goal differential to at least go to the Interconfederation playoff next March. So both these sides are very much alive in their World Cup dreams right now. That makes Honduras' approach to this final quarter of this qualifier even more interesting and even more delicate. Because now suddenly a draw might actually be good enough for Honduras to at least stay alive and go to the playoff in March. Now,
yeah, but Honduras wants to win this game. A goal for them takes them straight to the World Cup. A goal for Costa Rica, on the other hand, would take them to the playoff because Suriname is losing 3-0. Let's go to Group B, back over to Independence Park in Kingston. Oh, no, excuse me, we're not going there yet. Trinidad and Tobago, I beg your pardon. 1-1 against Bermuda. They actually found the second goal. It was Nathaniel James making it 2-1 for Trinidad, who we knew from the very beginning should score in this game. So we're hearing the Calypso music in Trinidad playing. The Soccer Warriors are up 2-1. Right now we go back to Independence Park. Jamaica against Curaçao. When do you start feeling the pressure, Janelly, if you're Jamaica, the desperation of needing the win?
No, I think they're playing with urgency. They know that they have to play quickly. They know that they have to create chances. Just, Curaçao is in a very similar position. They're defending well. We said it earlier, I think this was going to be the most competitive game, and it's proving that.
Curaçao, again, it would be an incredible achievement for them to go to the World Cup.
Getting ready to check in, and it will be for that man who's hobbling a bit, Kenji Gore. Confirmation. Off goes the assistant coach's son, and on comes Jeremy Antonisi. Bit of pace available off the bench for Curaçao here tonight. Gore needing a bit of a helping hands to make his exit here this evening. So in steps Jeremy Antonisi. Applying his trade in Greece with Kifisia. Komanesia. He was the man that's sent Curaçao on their way to victory when these two sides met back on October the 10th in Willemstad. A Fantastic early goal from Comanesia. Late on, they made it 2-0.
Jamaica, as it stands, is going through to the World Cup playoff, the Interconfederation playoff, along with Honduras. That would mean, though, that both teams would begin in semifinals in different brackets, of course. They would need to go through 2 games, sending most likely Iraq and the DRC straight into that Interconfederation final. Those 2 teams, the Asian and the African teams, would get a bye. I repeat, Honduras and Jamaica would have to play 2 games if the result stands as the playoff teams from CONCACAF.
They would be in the Interconfederation playoff. If Honduras draw this game, they would be in the Interconfederation playoff. That's as things currently stand. Because Suriname are down 3-0 to Guatemala. This would be bitterly disappointing for Suriname, who came into the night on the brink of their first ever World Cup.
Take him out.
All right, we go back over to the birthplace of Shaggy. Jamaica need their darling angel. It's still 0-0 between the Reggae Boys and Curaçao.
Wagwan, Jamaica. Wagwan, Jamaica. Yeah, I need every soul right now.
Mr. Lava.
Lembikisa dancing his way into the area. Still with Lembikisa. Low cross in. Into Feets. Trying to work his way. And now Lembikisa up towards the back stick. Nicholson off the crossbar. John Russell, Lembikisa keeping the move alive. A thunderous header off the crossbar as Jamaica have found the woodwork twice in the second half. Still, here come the Reggae Boys. Lembikisa's cross. And Curaçao cut it out. Into touch it goes. Shamar Nicholson rallies the crowd after he came so close to giving Jamaica the lead. Wonderful work from Lembikisa. And then how about the feet from Russell? Close quarters in the area. Managed to return it to Lembikisa. And
close call, that time from Jamaica. And by the way, production said no Jamaican patois, but Charlie, hey, it wasn't me. What are you laughing about? Come on, give me something.
Sing it.
It wasn't me. You always come up with these bombastic lines.
It's getting more dramatic, more tense for Jamaica.
can be thrown to the winds, really. King delicately forward, too delicately in the end. Sambo rushing in to intercept for Curaçao. Held up by Locadia. Hansen takes over for the Blue Wave. Slipping it in behind. Chance! Buried! Curaçao lead! Or do they? The traveling supporters, the latest in the stadium to see it. They'll be looking to VAR just to make sure. Was Jeremy Antonisi offside? That's what the near side assistant saw in real time. We'll have a look. Hansen took off.
Oh, I thought it was closer than it actually was. Jamaica, though, Janelly getting lucky.
Yeah, super lucky. I think that was terrible defending by the center back. Luckily, offsides was on his side.
And now you got to start playing with fire, because how much do you risk, right? Because a Curaçao goal, it's still 0-0, by the way. The score bug is wrong. Could be devastating for you, right? Interesting.
You can't expose yourself in these situations, though.
Jamaica's on 10, Honduras is on 9. Even if with a loss, Jamaica, by the way, would go through as one of the best second places. So it's not the end of the world if Curaçao scores, but you want to go directly. The World Cup ticket is in your control. Oh, no! goal kick for Curaçao. Let's go back over to Curaçao, speaking of, where Haiti is playing their match against Nicaragua. Seemingly after 52 years, they are going to the World Cup. But if Honduras scores, it would change things for them. They need more goals just to be sure. Charlie, are you thinking of that if you're Haiti, just in case Honduras scores?
Yeah, you don't want to get exposed and throw numbers forward and put yourself at risk. But at the same time, a 2-0 commanding lead at this stage of the game, you're wearing down Nicaragua. You're trying to generate chances because the more goals you can score, the better your chances are to advance. And you don't want to leave it at risk at the end of the game in the 90th minute going, oh, we need one more.
I repeat, Honduras with a goal goes straight to the World Cup, sending Haiti to the playoff. Here comes Haiti. They want a foul. Free kick for them.
Well, relief, really. A foul was called, and it is a Haiti free kick. Bellegarde to take for Haiti. Can Bellegarde pick somebody out here? Not quite. Falls for Pierre. Oh, and Pierre is fouled heavily here by Talavera, who is going to see yellow for that. That was a very poor tackle. Well, I know that, of course, Nicaragua in that spot want to close down a player there to make sure there's no volley or any strike, but that is a very, very poor challenge from Talavera. Got absolutely nowhere near the ball, and rightly so, picks up a yellow. Puts Haiti in a pretty promising spot here from a set piece. Four men in the Nicaragua wall. It's Pierre. And it was right down the middle for Lopez.
This match is still 2-0, which means that the goal for either Costa Rica or Honduras means so much. Honduras would go straight to the World Cup if they are to score. Costa Rica would go straight to the playoff, and in the final interconfederational playoff if they score. It is massive. Joel Campbell has come on, Rodney, talk to me.
Joel Campbell has been in these situations many times where he's been the hero al Estadio Nacional, and that is exactly what the fans are waiting for him to come in and add his little salsa to this game, get the game winner, and get out of here. Y vamos al repechaje. We're going to the second. We're going to
the interconfederational playoff.
Pura vida, pura vida.
Vamos.
Rodney, you once scored here against El Salvador in January of 2013. Costa Rica needs one just like that.
Who's gonna be the man? Chiqui Brenes.
Can I correct you?
No. Wait. Pato. It was Pato.
Pato.
It was
last
Pato.
name?
It was Pato.
Oh, you got it!
It was Pato.
Oh, he name checked you.
No, he didn't, because I know the nickname.
See, but I need a full government name, because that's what I got written down in my notes. Osvaldo Rodriguez.
Osvaldo. See, we only go by nicknames in Costa Rica.
He said, Osvaldo, lo siento.
All right, we We need one goal, either for los Catrachos or los Ticos.
Them to the World Cup. Into the box it goes. Is it a chance? No, it's hammered away by Vargas. Now the other way. Here's Joel Campbell trying to play the back heel. That was Waston, excuse me, who's moved way up the pitch. Started out as a defender tonight, but now he's effectively playing as a forward. And Costa Rica have to go for it. And here's Campbell now. And his first ball is not his best. And then frustration for Honduras as they don't connect forward. They just haven't had a lot of support on these counterattacks for most of the night. They've had a couple chances, mostly in the first half, Honduras. Haven't created a lot since the break. Si se puede. Shout this crowd in San Jose. It'll be a free kick for Costa Rica.
Charlie, I can't believe this game is nearing the finish and it's still 0-0, but it feels like it's got to open up because Costa Rica have to go for it. They have no other option.
Both countries have to go for it. At this stage,
Honduras is kind of safe, right? Because they've got that playoff safety net. But
that's if you want that. If you want to go for top team in the group and automatic qualification to the World Cup, you got to open up as well. So both teams, and I think this guy here, Joel Campbell, is brought in for that creativity because Costa Rica are missing just that.
Free kick for los Ticos.
Oh, Kendall! That was it. Oh, qué lindo.
Oh, and Mengíbar is going to milk this one. So close.
Ay, Kendall. Ay, Kendall. He wished he could have gotten that one back. Look at this. Goes up in familiar fashion, and he just didn't get enough.
And by the way, now I'm thinking, if El Salvador, if Costa Rica does, Waston. This is a scenario, by the way, if Costa Rica does score.
It hurts.
It would put Jamaica, if Costa Rica just scored, they would go to 9. No, it would be enough. It would be enough. Incredible. I'm trying to think how Suriname will get back into the World Cup, but with those 3 conceded, it's just not looking good. Again, a goal from Costa Rica puts them through to the playoff. A goal for Honduras straight to the World Cup.
Now take them to the Interconfederation playoff. Wouldn't win them the group. Haiti are currently doing that with their 2-0 advantage over Nicaragua that they have maintained throughout the second half. Now, if Haiti were to score a 3rd goal there, then you could understand Honduras being content to settle for the draw here, because then they'd have to win this game 2-0 in order to top Haiti and go directly to the World Cup. But right now, it's still right there for Honduras. If they could score and win, they would qualify directly. But they have...
All right, going back to Independence Park here in Jamaica. The Reggae Boys want to write their redemption song. They want to go straight to the World Cup, but Curaçao is holding on to a precious ticket. Again, they've never been to the World Cup. And if they do, they're 7 minutes away from achieving that. They will be the smallest nation to ever qualify for the FIFA Men's World Cup. Incredible.
39 teams heading into these final 6 games in CONCACAF. Including the 3 hosts. 35 teams have joined the first country to qualify, which was Japan, all the way back on March the 20th. Which 3 teams from CONCACAF will be booking their tickets to the World Cup here this evening? Pinnock. Oh, King surveying the scene. As Curaçao settled into a back 5 after the inclusion of Gari. A clean sheet for Curaçao.
means they will be the smallest nation ever through to the World Cup. They have a 2-on-1 along the back line. Comanencia's pass a bit off the mark. Antonisi does well. Back to Comanencia. Stutter step. Trying to get around King, who gets the block in. But at the expense of a corner kick to Curaçao. Precious seconds ticking away for Jamaica. Well, it looked promising for Curaçao there for a moment. A 2-on-1 as it broke into the Jamaican half. Comanencia's pass just leaving a bit to be desired the first time of asking, but he did well. And now a little trickeration around the corner flag as it's touched short for Locadia. Antonisi keeping it alive for Bacuna. Not cleared. Antonisi onto it. He sets it up. Obispo into the block challenge. All hands on deck for Jamaica.
Okay, back over to the Rommel. Ciudad de Panama, the capital of Los Canaleros, is home. It's a free kick. Fidel Escobar behind it. Puma Rodriguez behind it. They want their third.
An option, Rodriguez the left. Four-man wall in front of Mario Gonzalez. Rodriguez off the post. What an effort. Had everyone beat except.
Let's head back over to San Jose, Costa Rica. There's a corner kick for Los Ticos. A goal here would send them to the playoff and eliminate Honduras. Oh.
Oh, Puma Rodriguez.
All the way up. Launching it forward again. Second ball will fall for Honduras, and they just hammer it away. They're playing for the draw. Down for Alcocer. Costa Rica have to win. Alcocer trying to produce that. He goes 1v1 with Najar. Now 1v2. Najar wins the battle again and does very well. And that's kept in play. Can they counter now? It's Ramirez. Costa Rica is stretched. It's 2 against 3. Down this right side. The spin by Benguche. Benguche. It is Ramirez arriving on the left. Marlon Ramirez on his right. It's deflected through and it's saved by Navas. That could have been the moment for Honduras to send them to the World Cup, but the flag is up for offside anyway.
Honduras balancing whether to go for it all or to defend this 0-0. Because if they are exposed going for it and Costa Rica do score, that means they're out completely. But if they do score, they go straight to the World Cup. It's a philosophical conundrum here as Costa Rica is piling on pressure. They want to go to the playoff. All right, back over to Panama, the birthplace of Mariano Rivera. Let's see if Panama can close this one out.
And it's still 3-0 to Guatemala over Suriname. Suriname right now on the outside looking in, even of those two best second-place teams. Back in the middle, lifted over the top. Quintero breaks it down. Quintero in the middle, saved, rebounds in. Rodriguez scores. Panama's going to the World Cup.
Panamá, bienvenidos a la Copa del Mundo 2026.
Yeah, this is great from Panama. We spoke about it earlier. If we see their best version today, they were going to have no problem putting themselves in this position. I think they deserve to be there. I think they're going to represent CONCACAF well. And look at this. You just see it in their faces. All of the staff celebrating with the players. What a great position to be in.
This celebration might take it over the top of the Thierry Henry celebration. Look at this. What it means. It's one thing to get by the United States in the CONCACAF Nations League, but it's another thing to come back, inspire a whole country, in this stadium and go to a World Cup.
The little flick over the top.
Class. Look at that cut. Quintero.
Elected. Jose Rodriguez. Far post.
Jogo Bonito.
He was ready.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's Jogo Bonito right there.
The party in Panama. Unbelievable. And ironically, right, because the manager on the other bench, El Bolillo Gomez, is the man that took them to the World Cup and their only World Cup in 2018. And now this man, Thomas Christiansen, is taking them to their second 8 years later. I would love to be in Ciudad de Panama tonight. So from the party in Panama to the tension-filled Independence Park, Curaçao is pulling off their most epic result in their football history. Jamaica's going to the playoff, but Curaçao is going straight to the World Cup.
Jamaican crowd wants the men in yellow forward in a hurry. Lee, that's clever. Around Bakuna. Stands it up into the area for Russell. This could fall onto the post for a third time. Catamarteri, nearly a Jamaican hero.
So close to the Reggae Boys. It's all kicking off in San Jose. A fight has broken out. Rodney, did you catch it?
It was an apparent foul that Costa Rica is claiming. Joel Campbell one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Ball goes to a corner. Keylor Navas leaves his goal to come to the opposite side of the field to try to calm the tensions down. And right now, all I care about right now is that corner. So everyone's got to get out of that huddle, get out of that scruffle, and go ahead and take that corner.
Let's take a look at it here. Oof. Okay.
Over.
Menjivar. It's a goal kick.
It's a PK. I mean, I'm excited.
That's what Palma was. I don't know. It looks like it hits off of Joey Campbell.
The referee called the corner, though.
Did he call the corner originally? Okay. Palma wanted the goal kick.
But Honduras is doing it on purpose to waste time.
This is a goal kick, though.
He already called it a
red card.
On the bench, it seems like. Possible penalty check.
Let's go.
I don't think so. That's never a penalty, and never in a million years.
Never a penalty.
I mean, it looked like a goal kick. It really should have been a goal kick. If VAR's checking it for a possible penalty kick,
Joel
it should then be a goal
dragged his
kick.
right leg into the keeper. That is never a penalty.
But that's fine. But then we don't need to have the whole fighting going on. Just get the corner on its way.
I think Drew Fisher, the Canadian referee, is just going to say play on, stick with his original call that, to us, was incorrect anyway. But it'll be a corner kick. We do have our resident laws expert, Christina, quickly, as Endrick Menjivar is down on the floor. No penalty kick, by the way. Oh, Ugalde got a red for dissent?
That's the immaturity from a young player right there. Oh. Let the play carry on. You don't need to be fighting anymore. Fighting for what? You're wasting time. Get off the pitch. You don't need to be fighting.
So, Christina, in theory, if there is... So what's going on here? There's a free kick for Honduras. Just talk me through this one, Christina.
Yeah, no, definitely. What they're taking a look at is whether or not there's a foul on the keeper themselves, whether the attacker kept his foot in to the right-hand side. So I do believe we see that replay again, that the keeper does get a little bit of contact on the ball before the attacker does. However, the attacker keeps his leg in a little bit more, makes contact with the defender, which is what insinuated basically a little bit of the mass confrontation, and then what we say, going at bags at each other. But it's right here that we're taking a look at, goes in, keeper gets contact on it, we're good there, and it's that right leg going into essentially kind of his shoulder into his head. Any type of that contact with the head is where they're going to get that red card.
So they went from thank you, Christina, from a potential penalty kick check to a foul on Endrick Menjivar by Joel Campbell. Honduras, with this result, is going to the playoff. Haiti is going straight to the World Cup.
Thanks, Jen.
Into the playoff and puts both these teams out. Now Honduras have to score, and they don't have much time left to do it. They will have an attacking throw.
In Independence Park, there is a penalty kick for Jamaica. They've been playing with 10 men for the last 6 minutes. The Curaçao bench does not believe it's a pen. They want it to go to VAR. We'll take a look at it. It is a penalty kick for Jamaica that would send them straight to the World Cup.
Oh, I don't think that's a pen. He gets the ball.
Pen.
I think he gets the ball.
Pen.
I don't know about
I don't
this
think it's
one.
penalty either.
Pen.
Clean tackle from the defender.
All of Independence Park thinks it's a penalty kick. Ivan Barton, the Salvadorian referee, has called a penalty kick. Is it clear and obvious enough to review it? We got controversial scenes at the very end of the Iraq-UAE match in World Cup qualifying to make the playoff. Barton is going to take a look at it. Christina Uncle, we bring you in. Give us your thoughts on what you saw. Most of us here on the desk do not think it was a penalty kick.
Yeah, I share the same sentiment, that angle that we were able to see. It does take a look that they did make contact on the ball first, and you can definitely tell by the trajectory of the ball changing. So VAR recommendation is to overturn the decision on the field. And I believe here, as we see this replay, they're going to rock it back and forth. You see that contact, you see that change of ball. Good VAR recommendation to overturn. Hopefully the referee adopts it.
Drop ball. Thank you, Christina. Drama here. So it seems like it will not be a penalty kick. Free kick for Curaçao that dodges a bullet. They're going straight to the World Cup with this result.
Decision spot on. In live action, it would be a corner to Jamaica. Instead, from VAR, it'll be given as a drop ball.
We move it on over back to Estadio Manuel Felipe Carrera. Guatemala putting on a clinic against Suriname. Although a goal for the South American team could change things. There's just 2 minutes left.
Wide for Becker. Can they salvage their Interconfederation playoff hopes at the very least? Becker. Menacing ball, and it's in! And that may be a goal that proves much more important than it initially looks.
A terrible own goal from Guatemala, but the Surinamese don't know yet. But that has put them back into the playoff as it stands, taking Honduras out of contention of the World Cup full stop. Honduras needs a goal. Costa Rica needs a goal. Corner kick for Los Ticos.
Floated in near post, defended away. Another throw for Costa Rica. We've had 9 additional minutes. Honduras clear. That's full time. It's over. And the dream is over for both of these nations. The Clásico Centroamericano ends in a draw, and it's heartbreak for both of these teams. It is Haiti instead who will make a
Game over. It is Haiti straight to the World Cup. They are finding out right now. This is Haiti going back to the World Cup for the first time in 52 years. Félicitations, Haiti. They are going to the World Cup. Bienvenue to the FIFA World Cup 2026.
This is amazing.
But you love to see how you're checking the score on the phone. That is unbelievable. Being able to get the result from a different team and be in that situation right now, congratulations, Haiti. You've earned it.
Going over to Independence Park, it is going to be a second Caribbean qualifying tonight. Will it be Jamaica? Will it be Curaçao? Curaçao holding on to the ticket, trying to ice it.
Jamaica scramble back defensively. It's Bakuna leaving it for Antonisi. A frenetic finish It goes wide from Antonisi, but Curaçao just want to hear the full-time whistle ring out in Kingston. Nearly doubling the initial allotment of 5 additional minutes. Richards looked like he had the run. Wonderful recovery for Curaçao. Everybody in blue up off the bench. One back by Jamaica. King towards the near side for Cephas. Is there a Jamaican hero in Kingston tonight? Sambo goes to ground and gets the challenge away. Into or past 100 minutes gone. One final hurl from a long throw. Ethan Pinnock drives the ball off. 7 Jamaican players in and around the area. Catapults in for the long throw. Back from whence it came. Pinnock settles on the bounce. Hoofs it high into the sky, into the area. Obispo gets the header out. Curaçao have done it!
Tape. Ladies and gentlemen, you are witnessing the smallest nation in history to qualify to the FIFA World Cup. Curaçao, welcome to the World Cup. We will hear Papiamento for the very first time spoken at the biggest sports event in history.
This is crazy. I got the chills, and you see fans crying, players crying. I think that's what makes football so beautiful, because it has the capacity to unite everybody and to inspire so many people from all over the world. This is just amazing. Congratulations to Curaçao.
Unbelievable scenes.
Haiti, Curaçao. Look at these countries. And Suriname gets into a World Cup playoff.
I mean, Curaçao is unbelievable. There are more people in the Upper East Side of Manhattan than there are in the country of Curaçao. Jamaica, sad the tears, but their World Cup aspirations will continue in March. They are one of the best second-place teams. In fact, they are the best second-place team, and so is Suriname, by the way. That goal has given them life. They're finding out, and there's somebody from the delegation of Suriname finding out. They just want to be sure. They will go to the Interconfederation playoff. So Jamaica and Suriname, that means that in the Interconfederation playoff, the top 2 FIFA-ranked teams will go straight to the final, where Iraq will just need 1 game to get through to the next round, and DRC, the Democratic Republic of Congo, just 90 minutes away. They would be the highest ranked teams in that playoff. Incredible scenes. So Suriname is finding out they're going to the World Cup, and this is historic. The longest active tenured coach in CONCACAF, Thomas Christensen, has taken Panama to a historic second World Cup. One Central American stands tall today. It's not Honduras. It's not Costa Rica. It's Panama, Rodney.
Panama, it's a party. It's a party, and they deserve it. They put on a show today. They handled business. The fans, the 12-man, they did exactly what they needed to do, and you can just see the emotions. It's an unbelievable feeling to be a part of. And congratulations, Godoy. He's been working for this. They skipped out on the last World Cup, and now they're back in it. Bolillo congratulating his old players. And that's the part that Janelly talked about, the love for the game. And, you know, he lost the game, but at the end of the day, he's happy for the players that he had. I
see the emotion in Thomas Christensen's face. Ever since he began as Panama World Cup coach, so many things have happened in the sports perspective, in a personal perspective as well. He lost his father recently, and now he is going to the World Cup with Panama. Let's go to Haiti, and how history repeats itself is just coincidental and incredible. 222 years ago today, Jean-Jacques Dessalines led Haitian forces into the Battle of Vertières, where they defeated the French and gained independence. And 222 years later, exactly, their national team has given Haiti something to be proud of. This 18th of November, 18 Novembre, is historic for many reasons. On the island where Haiti sits, they are going to the World Cup 52 years later. An incredible achievement. There are generations of Haitian fans that never saw their team at the World Cup, and now they are going to the big dance. L'union fait la force. Félicitations. Bienvenue à la Coupe du Monde 2026. Haiti is going to the World Cup. There are not that many reasons to be proud in Haiti at the moment, so much political turmoil, but football has brought a nation together. The diaspora smiles, 3 million strong, and they are going to the World Cup. We'll take a break. This has been the Golazo Show. We'll be right back.